Good evening, and thank you very much for coming tonight. It's really nice to see so many friends and colleagues, other musicians, and of course faculty and family, which is great too. And everybody's got a family. So, the lecture this evening, this setup here, is in partial fulfillment of my Master of Jazz Performance degree, and the lecture topic is. Lecture topic is the use of intervallic modulation as an approach for reharmonizing jazz, standard jazz literature in the practice of improvisation and composition. The purpose of the study is to codify an intervallic modulation concept as examined through selected jazz standards that will contribute to the use of harmonic variants in jazz performance and composition. I'll be presenting 5 methods of intervallic modulation this evening for jazz improvisation and composition. Just one second, I'm going to put this on a stand. And during the lecture part here, we're going to look at selected jazz standards before and after modulation is applied. I will also examine compositions that have modulation already in place with the composition itself. The source of 4 of these methods is based on recordings from jazz masters Bill Evans and John Coltrane. And during the lecture, we'll look at lead sheets and transcriptions of solos improvised by Bill Evans and Freddie Hubbard. The recital music is going to consist of the jazz standards plus 3 of my originals, all of which use a good amount of intervallic modulation already in the composition. And plus I'll be using 3 of the methods that I discussed on 2 of the jazz standards. So we'll be talking about how it's going to fit in there and what it's going to sound like later on in the recital. The lecture is going to run about 30 minutes. We'll take a short 10-minute intermission just to set up the horn players. Partners up here, and then we'll come back and we'll do a 60-minute recital of about 7 different songs. And we'll have a different variety of songs too, so you'll get a good mix. And after the recital, we're going to be following this by a nice little reception out front with some food and some beverages, and I hope you'll stick around, chat a little bit. And if you want to look at some of the music, I'll have copies of that, and you certainly are welcome to the PowerPoint presentation as we move along. So let's get going. Method number 1. Sorry, I have to keep turning away from here. I didn't realize the logistics of this. Method number 1 takes a single key A-B-A-C form composition, and it modulates the second half or the last 16 measures of the tune. Here's a lead sheet of a tune many of you know. It's called The Days of Wine and Roses. The days of wine and roses, laugh and run away. You kind of know that song. And you can see that it starts off in the key of F. Let's see if you can follow my pointer here. Can you see the pointer?
Yes.
Okay, I've highlighted the keys up here in the left. I put a little highlight around it. The key of F, it starts in F, and it goes down. The 17th measure, halfway through, it's in the same key. The Days of Wine and Roses starts all over again. Let me play a little bit of this for you. Oh, register. Here we go. Sax player on there too. They take this song and they modulate the second half of it, those last 16 measures, up to the key of A flat. They modulate most of the melody for performance of the melody as well as the improvisations. And what we're going to look at right now is we're going to look at a solo by Bill Evans. He does one chorus, Toots does one chorus, and you can see here he starts in the key of F, right up there, the key of F, goes 16 measures, and then he goes to the key of B flat, A flat. Now, up a minor third. It might be a little hard to read, but he uses a 2 minor 7, 5, 7 going to 1. It's just a standard type of modulation effect. He plays in the next 16 measures in the key of A flat, and then down here at the bottom he uses G minor 7, C7 to go back up to the top again for the next soloist. It's wonderful, and I'm going to be assisted on this by 2 great players here from NC Central, Christian Dashiell and Jasmine. So let's listen to a little bit of the Bill Evans transcription of The Days of Wine and Roses. It's called There Will Never Be Another You. And now this song is just like the other in that it's a one-key tune, 32-bar ABAC form. And you can see it starts in E flat. There will be many other nights like this. And then 16 measures later, the same melody. There it is. There will be many other nights. So during the recital, you're going to hear this. Only we're going to take it, we're going to do a different feel to it, but we're also going to take it and modulate the second half. I'm going up a major third because I like a brighter sound rather than a minor third. So I'm going to the key of G. So it starts in E flat, so the first part, and then I'll be doing the 2/5, real nice and bright, and then we'll come back around, and we'll be improvising over these changes. The bottom 4 measures we'll look at later for method number 3. It's a little bit different. So that's all there is to say on method 1. Let's move on